It's yet again a beautiful night, sparkling with beautiful stars in Lahore. Such a beautiful sky, night sky. I wonder about the universe. Today is 1st of July, 2025, and then, within 3 days it's gonna be uh, 4th of July. And what is 4th of July? This is free world, the American world. This is one of my favorite countries. Americans is, not a country, but favorite nation. Americans are just great, and I'm so happy that a Muslim is becoming a mayor. An Indian Muslim is becoming a mayor of New York. Amazing. America is just an amazing nation. So where should I start from? Pakistan is a traditional society. Pakistan is, traditional culture. People, sometimes, I've been professor in one of the best Pakistani universities, and there is such a great environment of learning. I have learned a lot personally, working with University of Management and Technology, or Ghulam Isa Khan Institute, or working with Ministry of Commerce, or with a private think tank, Pakistan Research Institute of Market Economy. Studying from Kaizen University and then doing PhD from Erasmus University. Then, yeah, I've got some experience. So my father, Rahmat Ali Mujahid, is not happy that I have got a collection of clothes. Yes, we go out often. I've been unemployed since 2022. I had to leave my job, from University of Management and Technology. Simply, I didn't resign, but you can say I got expelled from UMT for unknown reasons. Of course, in traditional society, you need to watch out what you are saying, but who cares? And when I'm a PhD researcher, I am not an activist. So, writing, speaking, that's my revolution. Revolution for economic, social evolution, political evolution, to then establish rule of law, democracy, democratic values, and have one of the best economies of the world. That's what my revolution is, and that's why if you understand, there's kind of a diplomatic context to whatever I say. I speak about economics, physics, sometimes I speak about religion, then trying to give confidence to Pakistani nation, Pakistani leaders, and definitely, since I had friends who were in Pakistan Army or Pakistani police. They don't really need any appreciation from somebody like me. Of course, through their own hard work and through their own bravery, and they have whatever they have achieved is that they have achieved it because of their hard work and bravery. So, but then Rahmat Ali Mujahid, he's an 80-year-old man. He's yet again, when I was working, one of the best salaries, maybe $2,000 to $3,000 in Pakistani rupee is quite a good salary. One of the highest paid professor at the University of Management and Technology. At GIK, I was getting something like 200,000 rupees. So this is a good salary. So now what we do, we go to McDonald's. Now, since I have got two daughters, Mina, Daud, and Rania, then we go to McDonald's. We order fast food, from Panda service. This delivery, and then of course I tend to buy clothes. We love to do some window shopping, or go to Outfitters, or then go to some other many shops we have. Pakistani brands. There are so many Pakistani brands. So my wife likes. We are not doing so much shopping. We are not buying so many clothes now. But since it's 3 years, but yeah, we tend to buy clothes. And my father is trying to be a show off. And today I went downstairs, and there was, as usual, a stack of books. Asia Foundation, as it appears, is giving away books to my father for, I don't know, for decades, for free. Do you all? Pakistan being a traditional economy of Africa, any country in Africa, or the least developed economy, or the most developed economy, have you ever heard that somebody is going to give you clothes for free? Clothes, there's some kind of an aesthetics a story of aesthetics. There's some kind of a story of happiness. I mean, with a simple Coca-Cola drink, you can find happiness. You can find excitement in your life. I mean, that's so true for the youth. So what is going on? I mean, this is he, this books, puja part to the books. My father, because nobody has ever read them, they're just stacked there for free. What he's trying to prove that, once he went to, in a hospital with me, and then he said, oh no, I have a library, personal library, whereas the books are all everywhere. I'm living in the first floor. The ground floor, you can see books just everywhere, and most of them are for free. He's just stacking them up. I'm wondering. I have tried to make sense to my father for a lot of things. For example, if anything, any challenge I face in my life, I have to face it myself. But then, my father owns me because he's my father. I don't want to use those words which he uses. I mean, I have to, I have to go and get my groceries. I have to take care of my daughters. But my father owns me. My father owns my life because he's my father. You understand? Let me not use really crude term which this start teaching about sexual orientation in primary school. So I mean, people let them understand it themselves. Anyway, so beautiful night, beautiful sky, beautiful Lahore, beautiful Lahoris, and beautiful Pakistanis. Oh, I had a lot of friends. I mean, it's not. This is kind of a person that you get really fed up of, very easily. I mean, every time he would say, "Oh, I didn't understand it." Oh, now I understand after becoming an old. I understand it. That education. You don't need to pressure children so much for education. And now he's into these some other misconceptions, and he won't understand it. He won't really understand it. So let's ignore my father and Mujahid. I ignored them as well. This Mujahid family, I usually ignore them. So now let me come back to this the purpose of this video vlog. The video vlog is basically I'm trying to redefine development economics. But then to the students of economics or who are just studying basic economics, let me give our basic lecture on economics. So capitalist economics is based on economies of scale hypothesis. What is economies of scale? It is that less and less labor should be utilized to then produce more and more. How would that be happening? Through technology, through introducing technology. Machinery, yes. That's capitalism, which disfavors labor because of the notion of productivity. In capitalism, productivity could be enhanced through financial markets or through machinery or through processes, through new knowledge creation, which is done in research and development in one of the billion-dollar multinationals. So labor part is kind of ignored in capitalism, and it is since a few centuries ago, most probably 16th century, 17th century, that when industrialization took hold in Europe, and then raw material cotton would be exported from India, subcontinent India, to Europe, and then machines were developed, spinning machines and milling machines were developed to then produce clothing, apparel, and lives transformed. And here, imagine, have you ever heard anywhere in the world that you will get free clothes? And would you buy it because of the size, because of what you think is a good, is your fashion preferences? Anyway, so cotton and textile exports is the main exporting industry of Pakistan. So it's really good that I'm buying a lot of clothes. Then it would be, it's simple, consumers creating supply, consumers influencing supply by creating more and more demand for the clothes. And then I'm spending money, and if a Pakistan economy which is sluggish would then not be really affected by one family buying a little bit more clothes, or it won't really be different that because the books, of course knowledge is more important, of course I would say that, but then I don't make rules of economics, but then I can redefine economics, of course. So you can, I mean, in the digital world, all my books are online, and I'm making YouTube videos to discuss something. I'm not somebody who is creating knowledge, but giving you a different perspective. So coming back to the basic economics, productivity is an interesting thought. I mean, this is a transformational, revolutionary thought that, increasing the supply entrepreneurs through their own financial resources or through loans from the banks would then invest in machinery and capital, and then we would hire local labor and then produce at an industrial scale so that the prices would go down. So, I mean, the clothing, Pakistan is a textile exporting country, so clothing is relatively cheaper in Pakistan. And that's a great economics. And it suits Pakistanis to buy a little bit, have a greater choice in clothing. It's so simple, it's good economics. But then there is, Hassan Isar, sometimes, I have heard a lot of, many people, population is a problem, and this, Pakistan is, a lot of, maybe above 200 million people, something like that, there is a youth pulse, so how jobs will be created, and then, I was working with the business schools in Superior University as a director, Office of Research, Innovation, and Commercialization. And then we were discussing ideas, or I was working with as director, Center of Graduate Research in University of Management